Okay, good afternoon, all. My name is Nahil, and I'm a part of Organizing Innovation in Group 1, along with Pia, Ignacio, Libby, Raya, and Guillermo. Okay, we will be discussing what exactly a manager needs to know about S-curves. So first, we will discuss the product life cycle and define the S-curves and its uses. And then we will discuss different industries in which the S curves is used, such as Apple, Louis Vuitton, and Adidas. And this will lead us to use this will lead us into the success in business and when we will use the S curves and why they are important. And finally, we will discuss the pros and cons of the S curves.
Okay, thanks, Nahil. So let's start off with an introduction about product life cycles and S-curves to understand the topic better. You may have already heard about product life cycles in another marketing class, but just to remember, a product life cycle is basically the length of time from a product first being introduced to a market or to consumers until it is removed from the market again. It is usually broken down into 4 stages: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline, as you can see on the graph on the slide as well. So product life cycles are used by management and marketing managers to basically help determine advertising schedules, for example, price points, expansion strategies, packaging redesigns, and a lot more. And these strategic methods of supporting a product are used in product lifecycle management and as well as innovation. But what now has a product lifecycle exactly to do with an S-curve? Well, basically it is one. As the graph of the product lifecycle is usually S-shaped, it is known as an S-curve. And the S-curve often forms its shape because the growth of the project in the beginning is usually very slow because the wheels are just beginning to turn. And after a while, the product is basically established in the market, awareness is built, so the sales are going up and more progress is made. So the growth accelerates quickly, which will lead to basically the upper point of the S-curve in the middle. But now Guillermo will dig a bit deeper into the topic of S-curves and talk about the types of S-curves in different industries. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Pia. As she said now, our main interest is showing you how it's important deeming on S-curves innovation, and mostly on making you notice how it's important for managers to analyze the S-curve of the specific industry they are operating. For this reason, we are going to shoot 3 examples of this S-curve operating in technology industry, in fashion industry, and sport industry. The first example we are going to show you in the technology industry is the example of Apple. Apple has become very famous because of his routine of launch a new iPhone product every year and every time with different and better features to expand that product life cycle. And that's how not only keep the society profit growing, but also show how in each generation of iPhone there is a new S-curve. I pass.
Okay. Yes, thank you. So as my teammate already told, the second industry we are searching is the fashion industry with an example of Louis Vuitton, a really well-known luxury product brand. So this company primarily started as a travel accessory business, but after a while, when its product gets to the maturity stage of the S-curve, the company decided to innovate and realized that people also wanted to use their bikes during their daily life. So they saw an opportunity and started to constantly create new models like backpatches, clutches, or shopping bags. The third industry we are analyzing is the sport industry. And in this case, we are analyzing Adidas, also a really well-known sport brand. So this company started as a sneaker company with its Adidas Originals, but after a while, again, the company realized that these shoes already reached the maturity stage. So they decided to innovate with running shoes, because they saw the opportunity as a sport was very common in these stages. So an example of that are the Adidas Ultraboost 20, which are until now the most comfortable Adidas shoes.
Thank you, Live. Why should S-curves be considered in the decision-making of any business at all? Are they really important, or they are just another theoretical concept that doesn't apply on a daily basis? Answering the main question of this work, we need to understand what a general manager does in the workplace and why he or she should take into account S-curves. A general manager is expected to improve efficiency and increase profits while managing the overall operations of a company or division. General manager duties include managing staff, overseeing the budget, employing marketing strategies, and many other facets of the business. As you can see, they have plenty of responsibilities and in order to increase efficiency and profits, they need to know in which stage of the product life cycle each product or service is. If a product or service is in the maturity stage, the manager should think about innovating in terms of adapting, renewing, or improving the product or service. By now, everyone should be aware of the BlackBerry or Blockbuster example. These companies used to be huge and very powerful, and now they are barely relevant to our lives. In part, that's because they didn't know how and when to adapt. These are two answers and two questions that every manager should know. This concept can be used by general managers as a factor in deciding when it is appropriate to increase advertising, reduce prices, expand to new markets, or redesign packaging. The process of strategizing ways to continuously support and maintain a product is called product lifecycle management. S-curves are very useful in any business, but as everything, there is a good and a bad side.
Okay, so thank you all. So in this slide, I will talk about the advantage and the disadvantage of S-curve. So the first one of the advantage is suitable for evaluating the different stages of a technology, and of course, it's the importance of being prepared for technological discontinuance, and it gives your company the opportunities to be the first to move in a market. Start with the disadvantage. The first one, it's offered no suggestion on how strategies should respond to discontinuance in their technology. And of course, it does not specify how others might foresee the new technology or who will introduce it. And it may not reflect dynamic change in the product or market. So in conclusion, I would like to say that the general perception that S-curve is just the management jargon or passing fad is absolutely wrong. It's a powerful tool used by experts and marketers, technology managers, and product managers. So furthermore, each phase on the curve has its own characteristic and effects, as explained. So in conclusion, if used wisely and effectively, this tool can be fruitful and useful for your company's technology management activities. And thank you all for your attention. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you.